Hello, welcome back to Talking Shakers. With me today, as usual, is Bury FC correspondent Nick Jackson. We'll be looking back at Saturday's heavy 3-0 result, and Nick tells me that maybe Bury didn't deserve such a defeat. Looking forward to Saturday's visit of fourth bottom Yeovil, and also looking at a couple of ins and outs. Well, Nick, looking back at Saturday's game, it was a little bit of a reality check looking at the result. Is that a fair assessment?
I would say so, yeah. And in fairness to Bury, they played out skins first half, edged it, we all thought, and might have even nicked a goal. David Amu had a header, should really have got it on target from a corner. Couple of other near things, but they've got a good defence, Sheffield United, and they've got a good attack. And it was after the break. It was when the attack, the quality they've got Ched Evans, Richard Creswell, they've all played at the highest level. Evans is an international. They've got James Beattie on the bench. Came on in the 89th minute, can you believe that? And really, it was asking an awful lot. And they were just hit by the raw quality of their finishing.
And yet the first half, Bury gave as good as they got.
Oh, they did, yeah. Well, what happened was, Sheffield went at them early doors. And Bury nullified them and came more into the game, got the passing going, got the ball down like they do, played some good football. But they were you always suspected that going forward they got a lad called Quinn, red-haired lad, plays on the left, hell of a player.
He's played for years there.
Yeah, but he's a good player. Yeah. You know, everywhere, he was all over the place, quick and skillful and everything. And, you know, you can't, I mean, Richie Barker said after the game, when you compare the resources that they've got with Bury's, there's no greater gulf in the football pyramid than the one that exists in League One, including the Premier League, according to him. And when you actually think about it, he's not far wrong, in fairness.
And of course, they brought a lot of supporters in. It was a good crowd, that 7,000, and a lot of them, wasn't it?
Well, that's part of the attraction, is it, of getting into League One and playing teams that are big and who are really below where they should be.
It's fun, isn't it? I mean, I've seen Sheffield United in Premier League games, and you get 3,000 in the end, and they don't fill the end an awful lot of the times. They don't fill the end. There's lots of spaces in a lot of games, and yet down in League One, 2 divisions down, suddenly 3,800.
Well, I suppose
it's not always so bad, is it, getting relegated?
Well, it can be. Sometimes you've got to take a step back to go forward. And you know that's an example, isn't it? Where the winning games, everybody's on a high. Danny Wilson's doing the business.
Exactly.
You know.
It's all about winning at the end of the day, isn't it? But as far as Bury are concerned, it was defeat, but certainly not disgrace.
No, and they didn't really deserve to lose 3-0. But they're playing Yeovil next, and Yeovil are more the kind of team they'll be hoping to get a result against in their little mini league, if you want to call it that. Because everybody keeps talking about mini leagues.
Yeah, there's a new thing that now, a mini league, isn't there?
So
it only came in about 5 years ago, that, didn't it?
Yeah, so
did you get any trophies for winning your mini league?
Sadly, no.
No, or relegated to the mini league below.
But yeah, so they got Yeovil, and they've got this thing where this ethos that good teams don't get beaten twice, and they'll be aiming not to get beaten. It's another home game. If they can get 3 points on Saturday, they'll forget all about being beaten by Sheffield United and think to themselves, we can get ourselves up.
The chances there, isn't it? I mean, obviously every game's a banana skin. Yeovil in the bottom fourth bottom. So the chances there, isn't it?
Yeah,
obviously.
Well, they've changed the manager, and so they'll be up for it. So. There's always a reason why the team coming have got a reason to try to play.
We'd have a millionaires if we knew the result, wouldn't we? And Mike Jones has gone since we were last doing Talking Shakers, and Giles Coker has come back. What kind of a adjustment is that going to?
Well, the good thing is, I don't think, with all greatest respect to Mike Jones, who was a good player at that level particularly, I don't think they'll miss him that much, because they've got David Worrell, who in my opinion he played really well on Saturday against Sheffield. Yeah. He's equally good in my opinion, potentially. But Giles Coke, towards the end of his last loan spell at Bury, he was playing really well, and he had a good reason to go back to Sheffield and try and get in Gary Megson's team, but Megson didn't give him a sniff. So he's come back to the end of the season, and I think every cloud has a silver lining. And I think getting Giles Coke back could be a really good move for Bury.
It's a loan deal, isn't it?
Yeah, loan to the end of the season,
And Bury have got a good record. I mean, this year, Amu, loan, doing well.
Yeah.
And they've got a good record in the past with loan players doing well. Bury fans might prove me wrong in that one, but I know when I covered them 10, 20 years ago, the players there who came on loan who did really, really well.
Well, I
Tony
suppose-
Kelly, a winger, being one case, and
Yeah.
then when they signed him full time, he was a different player, which sometimes happens.
And also, I suppose they're like a sort of mini Bolton Wanderers. Bolton did it, didn't they? In the early 2000s, they were wheeling and dealing in the loan market.
Yeah.
Allardyce was doing it, and other clubs at lower levels, on an equivalent sense, have cottoned on. Think, well, we can do better, punch above our weight by being shrewd in the loan market.
Well, good luck to Michael Jones then, and good luck to Barry with the players who are going to come in.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much once again to Nick for those enlightening comments. Join us again next week where we'll pick through the happenings at the weekend against Yeovil.